broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey! Hey, why?
In this context, they go disrespect.
All right, there we go. Nene, you running, girl.
You running
all over the place.
What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janity here in studio for the Real Housewives of Atlanta After Show. I'm joined in studio by the lovely Miss Courtney Stewart.
What's up, everybody?
Miss English Cleveland.
Hi, I miss you guys.
Guess who's back?
Yes.
She's back.
Hello.
All right, you back, and there's been a lot of tea that you needed to catch up on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I watched it. I kept up.
Well, I'm excited to hear what you're thinking. I had a little revelation this past weekend, though.
What?
About Todd.
A revelation about
Well,
Todd.
you know, I would love to hear that.
How much she loves Todd over here.
I kind of am more so leaning to feeling bad for Todd.
Thank you.
And then there's your
Now-
answer coming.
Now, hold on.
Okay.
Because there's a little angel and there's a little devil.
Devil.
You know what I mean? Because there are moments where I'm just looking like, I mean, you knew what the situation was
Really?
before.
Right.
And I'm not getting into the whole Candy wedding special. Y'all can go back and rewind and see what I said about that. But I believe 100% everything I said in that about that wedding special. However, now I was driving on the road. I forget what radio station I was listening to, and I'm driving. I don't know why I started thinking about Todd, and I was like, you know what though? If I was just a regular guy and I got put in this situation and things got edited a certain way, I mean, I don't have money to do certain things. I don't have certain things. So I can put myself and empathize in situations with Todd. And it kind of took over the foolishness and anger that I have for him. Now, I still just believe they just shouldn't have gotten married. But
They
I'm
should've
kind
stayed
of
friends.
leaning towards the good side of Todd. Like, he probably ain't that bad. You know what I mean? Like,
just a regular
he might just be
dude.
really stressed right now.
He looks stressed as
But
hell.
does that give him okay pass because he's only staying with her because he wants to be comfortable, or does that make him?
Well, I don't think he wants to be comfortable.
I don't think he wants to be with her. I
think he wants to honestly be
I
with
do think
Candy?
he really wants to be with her, and I think that he loves her on a certain level. I think that the conflict that their relation has caused and like all the way he has been perceived based on the relationship, I don't think he ever expected that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he ever expected for people to be calling him a freeloading nothing, like to the point where it's everywhere, like, and that her mom is like made this whole campaign against him. Like, I don't think he thought it would ever
But
get
a lot
that
of people
bad.
were saying that stuff before he got married to
But
Candy.
it's different when you're actually like on the show, and that is like your entire sort of perspective
Income.
of life and how people are looking at you everywhere now, even professionally. I'm sure like if he's going into meetings and stuff, he's probably like.
Everyone looking
Yeah.
down at his shoes like,
Yeah.
So I'm sure it affected on a higher level than he realized. Like in the
Well,
beginning.
he should have known
Poor
when he was
Todd.
biting off. I don't
True
feel
that.
bad for him because I feel like
you put yourself in the situation.
You put yourself, and you're a grown man, and I don't believe their relationship. I don't honestly believe that he likes. I think he likes Candy, but I don't think he was ready to be a committed married man. No, and I don't
agree
think
with
it's
that.
against Candy. I just think right now where he's in his life, I think he's trying to still build his career. We don't really know who Todd is outside of this. He's just been kind of behind the scenes.
True that.
And so now I just feel like he got into a relationship that was convenient, but you can't fake the funk. You can't fake love. And we're watching it on TV, and I just don't believe it.
Yeah, no, I definitely that's the song we should have played. Where is the love?
Yeah.
Because it is just like
A homegirl.
I've been there before,
Yeah.
where it's just awkward as fuck in the house. And
Maybe.
just
Oh my
like,
God.
But they got married fairly quickly.
Yeah,
because they
too quickly.
how long were they dating? Like 8 months, and then they proposed, and then it was like, so in a course of what, maybe a year and a half to 2 years,
Yeah,
they
'cause-
basically came out with
Yeah.
their relationship and were married.
But Candy made it so it's kind of hard. I know a lot of men probably do this when it's just so easy and convenient.
Yeah.
Like, I'll buy the ring, I'll pay for the wedding, it'll be on TV. Who's gonna say no to that?
And he wanted
It's
to
re-
be with her. So
it's really
then like,
hard.
if I'm going to keep it going.
But it's
yeah,
different. if he
especially with
wants to
Bravo
just-
being like, hey guys,
Yeah.
wedding special.
Come on,
Yeah.
push this
You guys can
along,
get a
push it along.
spin-off.
Where do you want to go on a honeymoon?
Like, this isn't the Proud Family.
Do you want a new truck? Do you want a new car?
But he
Well,
looks like he's aged to me like
yeah.
10 years
Stress.
And
in
he
the last
seems
1
so
year.
bored.
Hit me
Yeah,
up. I
he
know
does
some
seem
Greek
bored.
botanicals we can put on your face.
Yeah.
Todd, I got you.
He got like Obama aged, and you ain't the president, brother. You just got
Right.
married. Like,
Stop it.
And you're not even raising your own child. Like, you have someone
She
else
just came
doing it. So it's not
back,
like your
so-
kid is stressing you out.
and she's older now. Like, I don't know. He does look
He's
really
going through a lot.
exhausted.
Poor Todd.
Poor Todd.
All right. So let's talk about this episode, though. So
Okay.
Nene, off of the therapy session, Nene gets up, runs out. I felt like when she went downstairs and Jeff was following her, Dr. Jeff was following her, and she went to the security guard booth thing and was getting whatever from there. I kind of feel like Nene was crying.
Do you?
I
That's what
kind
you
of feel like,
say,
or she
yeah.
was like holding back
Holding
because
it
then she
in.
had taken the tissue and she was making it look like she was blotting her face, like makeup. But I kind of feel like because she would not turn her face towards the camera. And when she got in the car, I don't know, for me, watching her get in the car, like I've been in that type of situation where I've seen somebody like, just like, I
Trying
don't
to
want
get
you to
the door
see me
closed.
cry. I don't want
Yeah,
you to
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Nene drove around the corner, parked somewhere, and like had a little
You
breakdown.
do?
I do. Imagine,
I thought she was
because she
putting
knows
on
she's
and
wrong.
acting.
No, she knows she's wrong, and that's why she left, because she didn't want to have to face
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah, it was super embarrassing. It was so embarrassing to watch her do that and to watch the clip from last week and then open with this
Yes.
one. And she's telling Dr. Jeff, after
don't
she
know
just
me.
brought him on, like, hey, I love you. You've worked for me. She's telling, she's
Yeah.
promoting
I don't
him.
know you like that.
You
Like,
don't know me
Yeah,
like
you
that.
don't know me like
Oh, yeah.
that.
You
don't know me like
and
that.
then you're gonna tell me that my license is in jeopardy? Excuse me, ma'am.
Right.
If I was him, I wouldn't even touch her. I would have walked away. You
Like, bye,
show or
bro.
no show.
you know, she got in that car and God played a joke on her. He played man in the mirror. When she got in the car. That shit always be having me some random ass song that has to do with my situation at the time.
Me too.
So Dr. Jeff's holding her back. She feels like she got attacked. She definitely was getting attacked.
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. How is it an attack when you are in a therapy session
You
where the
signed
floor
up.
is that you signed up for,
Yep.
that is open for everybody is discussing. At this moment, we're discussing where this conflict comes from.
Right.
And to assume that it's only going to be about you only is further proof of how narcissistic you are. Because you couldn't get through the 10 minutes that it was going to take for everybody to express what issues they have with you because it was attacking. No, boo. It was called everybody voices their opinion on whatever the issue is that we're talking about right now. We get through that, hump over that hurdle, and then we'll go on to the next thing. But you left before anybody could do anything.
And
It's
that-
bullshit to say people are attacking you. It's an
I
attack
agree.
if somebody jumps in your face and is cussing you out about
Yeah.
it. But everybody calmly was like, okay, this is how I feel about this. I think Nene does this to me. Like, Nene's full of crap.
And I feel like Dr. Jeff started it off appropriately. He knew that she probably would possibly do that. So he's like, listen, I'm not on anyone's team. I'm here on an unbiased decision. This is exactly what I want. But I think because... Which in therapy, you have to bring up old stuff sometimes that you might have already spoken about to someone else to say, I'm sorry for doing that. He doesn't know the situation, so there may be roots and roots and roots on top of roots. So if someone is bringing up something that you've already apologized for, it's not like they're wanting a new apology. And I don't
But
think...
we have to discuss it.
We gotta get
and
it
I think
out.
that's why she probably felt attacked
Yeah.
because... all of it is coming out as like, what do you mean? I apologized to you for that last week or 2 years ago or whatever.
Yep.
But they're still, everyone's still bringing up old stuff. You guys are still mad at, oh, well, I'm still mad at because Cynthia did this. And it's like, but there was something else that you forgave her and then became friends with her again.
And
then
shaded her again after that
Yeah.
when you claimed you had apologized for it.
Exactly.
So to say that it was squashed because you apologized is also bullshit.
Right, because it was never ever squashed.
No.
My My thing is with this, and I think it's just it's so crazy that I'm even going to compare this, but working at the Boys and Girls Club and dealing with children
I'm sure.
and having to mend certain situations,
Yeah.
like to even have to go to the fact that these 40, 50-year-old women, I have to compare them to children at the Boys and Girls Club, but it really is. I would have handled that situation so differently because for Dr. Jeff, I just look at it like, he gave Nene too much credit. I like honestly, because going into that, I know how Nene would react to something like that, and it comes down to you can't. If you want to really deal and fix the situation, in her eyes, he had to know that she was going to feel attacked. When yes, we understand it's wrong and it's not right, but if you want to fix the situation, you have to put yourself in that person's shoes and handle it accordingly. And I just felt like he was just going down the line instead of trying to, like, when Nene left, he would ask one person something and then he would speak on it, have a conversation about it, and then let the other person talk. And I felt like maybe it was just the editing. He was just kind of going down the line.
I think you felt like that though because Nene interrupted every single
That's
time
true.
somebody
Yeah.
was trying to say
And
something.
she is the catalyst for everything.
Exactly. So I feel like nobody really completely got out what they wanted to say, and that's why he would be like, "Hold on, we going back." She didn't get to say what she was saying, so that might have been why it feels like he didn't get to have a conversation about it because he didn't.
That's
but
true.
it was because she was cutting it off. And I'm sorry if at 50 years old you can't sit and listen to people
Talk about you.
and even if
Right.
you don't agree,
because you want to know what the problem is
you
wrong.
know what I'm saying? Like if you really gave a damn about squashing anything, you would sit there and be like, okay.
Right.
You might twiddle your thumbs. You might get a little
Yep.
upset. You might squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit, like in anger. We
Yeah,
all
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Nobody likes to hear bad things about themselves, but you should be able to sit through it and then come back later and be
Right.
like, okay, look, I don't believe this was accurate or whatever.
It's crazy because if you think about it, Nene, if she's doing self-reflecting or whatever she thought she was going in there to do, if you think about it, she's had an issue with every single person
Every
in
one of
there,
them.
and not all of them have had issues with each other. She's the main common denominator of everyone. She wants to be the HBIC. She wants to lead everything. She wants to be in a part of everything. And then when you are in the pot, you want to jump out because the pot is too hot.
Too hot.
I mean,
The block is hot,
so in the
y'all.
chat room right now, CC Freak says the point is Nene can dish it, but she can't take it.
Exactly.
That's a perfect
Bottom
way to
line.
put it. That's
Bottom line.
That's it.
And Caitlin Monroe, exactly. She said Nene knows her apologies are BS, so that was bogus of her to say. That's why she left. She just knew that everything was going to come out, and she wasn't going to have an answer for everything. And
She
was.
feels like she should know everything.
Yeah.
And it's
Ball and
okay
went
not
home.
to know everything. And this is the first week I actually agreed with King is saying, if you aren't Team Nene, then you're not loyal to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who can be friends with someone if you don't agree with them? And even Greg made a comment when they sat down and chit chatted. He's like, well, everyone kind of is different. And, people
Yeah.
see things in a different way.
And she was just like,
She didn't want to hear it.
whatever.
Why do you think she left? Kenya says she wants to know what Nene needs from her.
That was so stupid, Kenya.
Kenya was still kind of
Oh, she was PRing the
she was.
whole
all
time.
the way.
Portia feels the girls are not honest, and I gotta say that was a really cool, real moment for Portia to just
Portia.
say to everyone's face, like, let's keep it fucking real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm only at this fucking lunch table because I'm friends with Cynthia. I'm not here to kiki with you. Like,
I
I
wanna
don't
hug
like
you.
you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And so it is what it is, and we are put in situations. I don't want to be friends with you, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And they all feel the same way, so I'm glad that she put it out. I would have
did.
liked to have seen what the other girls had responded back to that.
Or why Nene couldn't just accept that also.
You know?
Why isn't Portia a full cast member? She's been fully
She's
cast.
a third of a cast member.
But she's
Yeah.
on.
That's what we
Wait.
figured out. It needed
really?
the three of them. It needed to be Portia, Claudia, and Demetria to make a whole cast member.
Wow. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because none of them have an extensive story of any sort.
Yeah, like Claudia's
whatsoever.
talking to her
But
cat.
between the
That
three of
I
them,
know.
we got something going on.
You're right. But the thing is, they should have never demoted her because she's in every single scene.
Well, they said she didn't
She's
give
in
enough
every
of her
week.
own personal story, though.
What else did we need?
I think
Maybe she didn't
like,
want it.
remember when we were like really excited about her divorcing her husband, and we were like, she's gonna turn
Yeah,
up, she's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be single, have her cast. She didn't really bring that. She just was whining at her mom's house, and
Well, is
lived,
she
like-
still? I wonder if she's still living at her
No,
mom's
she's got
house.
that other
She has
house,
that
that big old
house.
house that nobody
Far out,
yeah,
remember?
that's way far away that nobody like was like, why are you out there? So I
but
think that-
Claudia's just the same amount as fun as Portia.
But that's the point. Like, it takes two of them to give us anything, and that's the producers
But they
are
should
probably
have kept them
pissed.
both. Like, you hold half of the peach and
Like,
you hold
exactly.
half of the peach.
Right, they just bit into it. And then
They can fight
Demetria
over
can
it.
hold the
Demetria will
seed.
be on the-
She holds the seed.
Or the leaf.
The peach pit.
Because she shouldn't be on it at all.
I mean,
At all.
at least this week when I saw her, I was like, oh, Demetria.
Yeah.
Like I remembered her name.
I liked her blowout.
It was cute, but we fast forwarded through the part. 'cause
So did I.
I ain't watching that.
Hi.
They were talking
So
about
Portia and
teabags.
Claudia were bullied. Kenya feels rejected by her mom.
Poor Cynthia.
And then Portia and Kenya get into their whole situation. And again, that was a real ass moment. It was kind of like, because I feel like Team Kenya right now has been doing this whole thing, like, kind of showing Phaedra and Nene, like, well, this is you. Look at you in the mirror. Look at you in the mirror. And they've kind of felt a little above. So this moment for Portia was like, y'all brought me up on the bus, but y'all are talking about, like, oh, don't smear campaign and all this stuff. But then you randomly brought me up on the bus and started doing it. And then all of a sudden, Kenya jumps in and starts saying it.
But wait, before that was really funny. It was Dr. Jeff wanted to go back in their history of why they're the way they are. All of them said bullying.
Bullied. I was
All of
That's
them.
why they're
I was bullied, yeah.
Bullied, and then
Attempting to
Kenya,
bully.
yeah, and then Kenya, her
Mom.
but she had mentioned earlier before, like, I understand kind of how Nene feels
Yep.
because the
Being
bullying.
attacked by so many women.
I get it. So now you guys
She
are like,
was such Miss America, like
Right.
being attacked by so many women. I can totally understand.
so you guys are doing, Claudia's doing exactly what she cried about, biracial bullying and da-da-da-da-da, and then you're doing exactly that. Because you had answers that.
But-
Claudia's defense, I will say that from my perception of her has been that she was attempting in the beginning to just like be upfront when she was uncomfortable
Yeah,
or upset about
yeah.
something, and I do think that she allowed herself to sort of be pulled into
With
it
Kenya.
just
Yeah.
because of the
Which it would be hard not to.
It's hard not to, especially
Yeah.
when people are like, use a hoe, and that's why you got a job, and
Right.
constantly, and you're like, okay, we were cool like 2 days ago, and now you're saying this stuff. So, but she's still stooped. So
She's
oh
still
well.
stooped.
Keep that black hair though, girl.
Candy-
I do it every week.
Way better.
Yes, that is everything. Like I could be like, oh, you look like an actress.
She does. She looks
Like
pretty.
a star.
Yeah.
Candy agreed that it was random that the girls brought up Portia. Claudia apologizes. And here's the thing, whenever Claudia apologizes, I legit feel like, look, like I know I said it and I really didn't mean to say it, but y'all was going crazy, and so I felt like I had to go crazy. So I just want to apologize. And I believe it, and I
Yeah.
think it's legit. And I'm
I do-
glad that
I
we
do
saw
agree.
that scene of Portia and Claudia talking.
Yes. So they seem to have actually squashed.
And they
Yeah.
seem genuinely like not trying to be shady against each other.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you do this, I do, and laughing.
Yep.
They seemed real.
I bought it.
I did too. Yeah.
I did too.
Kenya wants an apology too, but she ends up apologizing.
Everybody should just apologize to Kenya.
But Portia never apologized.
She didn't, but honestly, she
already
has
done it.
apologized for hitting her. Kenya has really never.
Accepted her portion of the
She's
responsibility
apologized for it,
that.
but she never has really understood that you were attacking her.
Yes. And that's
Just
what
because you
Dr.
didn't hit her.
Jeff said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just is. Even when I watch the episode, I'm like, back when they do the flashbacks, I'm like, bitch, you have a foghorn in her
in
damn.
her face.
And then she was yelling like, "You stupid!"
And she called her
BI.
a stupid whore or
Yeah.
stupid something right before she jumped up.
Right
and I'm
before she jumped
But my thing is, like, Kenya, you wouldn't have teeth if I was a female in that situation,
No
because
way,
it just
buddy.
would have smashed it in your
Very
face.
few people could sit through what Kenya was doing to Portia and not physically react some kind of way.
Yep.
If it weren't just to snatch the bullhorn out of her face. Like,
Right.
But that just shows Kenya must have gotten away for a really long time talking shit and like, or
She's never
antagonizing
gotten me
people, because it's like you can talk shit, but you got something in somebody's fucking face.
I don't think she expected Portia to hit her.
That's true.
And I don't think Portia expected her
To
out
hit
of
her
her.
either.
It's an out of
Right,
out
Portia
of
was
body-
like, I didn't want to do those things that day.
Right. Because when she was getting dragged away, she was like in another zone. Portia was turned
somewhere.
up.
And
Yeah.
when she fell out in the flow.
She turned into Portia from Some
Screaming to
Cut.
Jesus. Like,
Yes.
That was too much. I could live it over.
I know she was screaming in
She was screaming to
Jesus.
Jesus. They was praying. It was like,
She already
Phaedra
knew. She was like,
Jesus.
"Oh Lord, this may
And her
stop
prayer
me
club
from
on her,
heaven."
like-
Yeah, not the prayer club. Oh Lord.
Portia then
man.
brings up why Phaedra didn't come, and Candy laughs, talking about she's just upset that Phaedra is telling Nene and Portia, but not telling her.
Team Candy all the way on this.
I am too. I'm team both because I get it. They're both stressed out, and I think it's just bad timing. And then it's silly for Phaedra to fall in Nene's trap though, because Nene's not your friend, baby girl.
Yeah.
it's beneficial. And because Nene likes to stir the pot, she likes to say, ooh, I want to see if Phaedra will be more my friend than Candy's friend.
Yeah.
Nene would do that. I love Nene, but I know the type of girl or woman she
exactly.
is. Yeah. So I just think that that's what Nene's doing, because why would Nene drive over an hour to go see Phaedra?
Well, yeah, but she's and on top of it, it is still Nene planting a seed, because maybe it is coming from a place of like, you know what I mean, like someone needs to talk to her.
Yeah.
It might come from that, but at the same time, Nene knows, let me put that seed there, plant it, because I need someone on my team.
And if Phaedra is I'm sorry, it's indicative of your character. Like, you can accept and respect Nene and decide that I'm gonna believe in what she's doing and believe she's being honest and accept her love because I need that support right now.
After she said you sucked every boy's penis.
Exactly. After she said all this, she's changed. She's there for you because you need somebody right now, and your friend isn't there. But you don't have to tear your friend down in front of her to accept her love. So as far as I'm concerned, Phaedra, you two-faced as hell. Because
I think
you could just be like...
Yeah, I think she just was taking it wherever she could get it. I don't think she intentionally was doing that to Candy.
Yeah,
I think because Candy was dealing with her own issues, Phaedra's dealing with her own, Nene's stepping up. It's surprising, like, oh, this is nice, it's refreshing, I believe it. And she believed Nene.
Well,
I don't believe
Except
Nene.
that she told, if she had only said it to Nene like once, like if Nene asked, because you know Nene's probably trying to dig it out. So where Candy at? And if she had just divulged one time, like, oh, she has been really busy, I haven't been able to talk to her. Okay, fine. But it's happened more than once, and it's happened to Nene, and it's happened with Portia. So you're spreading that around. That has become your story that you are sharing about your supposed best friend.
Very true. And at the same time, it's funny because you can see this situation. It happens all the time with friendships.
Of course.
And so it comes when one person doesn't like another person. And so right now, Candy's been in her own world. Phaedra's been in her own world. They love each other. And when they hang out with each other, they're always in sync. But they're in each other's own worlds. Candy's going through whatever. And when Candy doesn't want to deal with confrontation or she's depressed, she secludes herself. Same as Phaedra. And right now we have Portia, Nene reaching out to, what's her name? All I can hear is the damn phone line right now.
I know, it's on the floor.
We have Nene reaching out to Phaedra, trying to mend this friendship, and trying to be there for her in a positive way. But at the same time, Candy's sitting here chopping it up with Cynthia and Peter,
which was so awkward.
and I'm just sitting here like, how do you feel your friend feels that she sat at a table where Cynthia put all this shit out there? You didn't stick up for her, but now you're hanging out with Cynthia laughing about the situation. Like, so what's worse? Like, is it something's worse, or it's like, Candy, can you see what you're doing too? Because like, to me, if you're my best friend and you're laughing with the bitch that brought up the, even though I may not be
about when they're at the pool table.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I feel like that has come so far after now, because she's already gone to Phaedra and said, what's up? And then now you're still getting more information afterwards that you still have a problem, even after we've talked a little bit. So for me in my brain, at this point, Candy's like, well, I guess we ain't cool. And that's why I'm not saying it's good. Yeah. I'm just saying that I don't feel like she threw Phaedra under the bus in the same way that Phaedra's been doing this whole time, because she actually attempted to confront the issue, came back, and she's still being told by other people that something is going on. And now she's like, well, damn.
But if you notice a difference in your friend, I think by hanging out with someone that is the main reason of why I'm so stressed, one of the main reasons of why I'm so stressed out right now, I think wisely she shouldn't have gone out with Peter and Cynthia, because they are going to talk about that night.
That whole scene was just weird to me.
It was very awkward.
They mostly talked about Nene storming out.
Yeah, it was just, it was very awkward.
But Candy and Cynthia, they looked really awkward in that scene.
They did. They forced them to go out. Like, hey guys, we're gonna do a couples date with you. And now that Apollo's gone.
Yeah, I was thinking too, Candy can't really burn bridges with people, because Candy, for Atlanta, she's like a big person. A lot of people love her. Peter gave her that award last week. And certain things like that, like you can't say, oh, because you're having silly little issues over Apollo's text messages, I can't hang out with someone that may possibly do business. She just got up and did that speech like, Atlanta, we should stick together in business. And then who is she to say, no, I don't want to hang out with Cynthia or Peter.
Well, true that. But how'd you guys feel about the video message?
Fake.
I love that Candy refused to do it, and that she just recorded it, because she's so right. But I guess it's harmless. Like, it doesn't hurt.
It didn't hurt. I thought it was cute, but it was fake when Kenya decided to say, we're like sisters. Don't throw the sister card in.
Oh, God, girl.
Right, we're not sisters.
But Kenya's like the one that wants friends so badly that she tries so hard to be like, I'm in the middle of this and I'm going to be everybody's friend and everything's going to be great, even though I'm a psycho bitch most of the time and mess everything up.
Yeah.
So she was just trying real hard because everybody else was kind of like, hey, Nene, yay.
Yeah.
We're together.
It's true.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, Kenya is so sad about always being rejected. My mom rejected me. I've been rejected. So you want friends, but then when you get friends, you don't know how to treat them.
She's self-destructive.
You're evil. Yeah.
Look what she did to Flat Top.
Well,
they could have had babies by now.
they could have, but she's too busy right now because she's flustered and focused
Lord have
on
mercy.
working on Life Twirls On. Move over to Broke Girls.
Right.
She's flustered because she wants to focus on her script, but she has to handle all this producing. She has all these PAs around. Everyone's running frantically.
For a table read.
We got to see the right.
A table read really is you invite your actors and they show up and read. Somebody buy some water. Everybody
Someone print the script.
some scripts. Like, I don't
Put
understand.
a long
what was,
table
like,
and chairs.
what was stressful?
Just so much.
It's not. There weren't even like producers there like that you kind of pitching it to see if they'll give you money for it because she's putting up all the money. So I don't.
And then
Not
we
that, but
saw
they're all your
everyone-
friends.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We saw everyone that auditioned, so everyone made it.
Right.
So yay!
Congratulations,
that was hard.
y'all.
Congratulations. So I don't know why she was stressed.
So wait, is Dee Woods her older sister?
I really hope. I'm sure they changed that if they have any level of. They couldn't.
But you know
Reality
what?
check.
That other girl that they flashed, the light skinned girl, they put Megan, and Megan is supposed to be the pretty sister.
So mad you even remembered that.
I was gonna say, girl,
I had
got
to
details that
catch
don't-
up. You know,
Life
I had
twirls
time to
on.
catch up, you guys. Go
All
ahead.
right. What channel do you think this would come on?
Right. No,
was-
let me see. Centric.
Soap opera?
I was really trying to pay attention and like maybe this is like a cute story,
Sitcom?
something.
It's
it
not,
could be
though.
funny, but and
So-
I love the Ray Rice joke, and everybody was like,
Too soon?
A little bit. Claudia, we see her with her cat Shelly. She Skypes with Dr. Jeff, and he says that they should
Claudia.
go on a trip.
Which Claudia ain't got no coins to pay for.
She ain't paying for it.
But she's
Bravo
like,
pays
I'm
for it.
gonna plan a trip for us. Like she's paying for it.
Right, she gonna work with Bravo.
make it happen.
So then we get to Candy, Todd, Peter at the pool table session. Cynthia brings up Dr. Jeff session. And I'm like, Cynthia, do you just see how they're editing you that you were the one to bring it up?
She always goes, so last
Right.
time.
And it's so slow.
last
And it's so.
it's so slow, yeah. But that's your girl.
But that's why I have no ill feelings towards her because
So you don't think she was wrong?
I don't think she was wrong. I'm fairly certain. We've said multiple times, like especially when she confronted Phaedra at the table. I'm fairly certain that a producer whispered in her ear, like
So
moments
they're
before,
setting
like,
her
we're
up.
gonna bring this up.
Okay.
And she's like, because she can't do it.
Yeah,
she's
she
like
doesn't know.
completely
You're right.
incapable.
Yeah.
And the idea. I
It's
just
like
can't.
watching a puppy, like they keep falling
Exactly.
asleep.
It's like leave the girl alone. She
Yeah, she
fails
can't help
every
herself.
time. Let her just look pretty and hang out with the tall girls.
Those damn producers.
She's pitiful.
They're making her look really bad.
They are.
Before I was like, I hate Cynthia, but it's true. I
looks
think
like a
they're really
child.
just throwing her in there and they're like, say this, and she's like, okay.
They need someone to stir the pot. Candy
Yeah.
is not going to do it.
Maybe they
Nene
paid
is
off.
too extraneous. So is Portia. Like everybody is so ostracized right now. The only person that's sort of a go-between. I mean, I guess Demetria could have been, but she ain't really got a role.
She's too busy trying to sing with the brat.
Claudia was Kenya's person. Phaedra was over here with Nene. Who else was gonna keep
But
stuff
now,
going back and forth?
but now it's caused division. Cynthia's not friends with anyone on the other
I
girls.
don't believe that. I don't believe she's friends. She's cool. I think she's cool with Candy. I
But
think
Candy's not a part of the girls.
she's in the middle. But see, that's the thing. Candy, Cynthia, like mescla is in the middle, and then
Yeah.
everybody else is. It's just stupid.
Because Cynthia and Portia aren't friends, and Cynthia and Candy aren't.
I feel
Cynthia
like-
and Nene aren't friends.
Well, the only real rift I believe is between Nene and Cynthia. I think
Yep.
Portia, even Phaedra, because Phaedra did not feel attacked by Cynthia Bailey at
Right.
any point in time.
Right,
Let's
right.
be honest. And I feel like the real is just that it works for what the story is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Phaedra and Portia are team Nene, and that's why they're over there. Not because they actually have a major problem with Cynthia.
Mm-hmm.
They might find Cynthia annoying like a chihuahua.
Yeah,
Like,
because Claudia and Portia, do they have drama? No, right?
I mean, they kind of did before, but it wasn't real. Like,
Yeah, it was just
like,
from the radio
didn't talk to me at
station.
the
Oh,
radio
yeah.
station.
No, Claudia and Phaedra, I meant.
No.
They have no
I
drama,
just don't
right?
think Phaedra probably just
I
don't
don't
even
think
care
Phaedra
about her.
cares.
Yeah, okay.
So Candy, Kenya, Cynthia, they're at Tags Candy Store. The only thing from that really was the Kenya, Claudia,
That was funny.
Cynthia, Lenithia. That was funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find out that they're going to go to Manila, which is in the Philippines.
Yeah,
Yay.
which is a good place.
That's a fun
because you
place
don't
to go.
ever think, like, people
To go
don't
to the
ever think to go to
Philippines.
the Philippines.
And it's great.
I sure don't. Not after watching Locked Abroad.
Shut up.
I'm good. Netflix done fucked me
I
up
won't
from
be
ever
going
wanting to
over
move. Go anywhere. Okay, so Phaedra. She meets up with Sarah, who is
Phaedra was
Bishop
on this week.
TDJ. Oh, she was. I thought this was the have and the have-nots.
But she was dressed to the nines. Her one-on-ones were perfect. She spoke perfect. Phaedra knew this was her week. She knew, like, I need to dress. Because after Paula left, her dressing became impeccable. I was like, Phaedra?
Honey,
Phaedra? Oh, she's
she
bringing
ain't
it.
gonna be out here.
She
and
knows
she
what
knew the
she's
two
doing.
key players that she needed for her scenes. She said, I need to
pastor
find
and a lawyer.
daughter who has, found the light of a pastor, and I need to find an empathetic white woman.
Right, a lawyer. Someone to lie for
the
you.
first one, Phaedra meets up with Sarah, and Phaedra says, the reason I want to talk to her is because I respect how dignified Sarah was going through her divorce. Phaedra starts crying, says, every day it was madness. Every day I don't want to tell people things. I'd rather be stoic and keep to myself. Now, this was dope, though, and I like this, as Sarah said, well, when you do that, your norm becomes being numb. Mm-hmm. And that's
But
true.
the thing is, let's break down Sarah a little bit. I don't know if a lot of people know her.
Nope,
She's
I don't.
T.D. Jakes' daughter. You know T.D. Jakes, right? She
post a lot of
recently
his quotes.
got divorced and then got remarried within like a couple of months to another pastor here in LA. She moved here to LA.
Nail Preachers of LA.
No, he is a preacher of one church.
They might
He
be
divorced his wife in like a couple of months and then married her. So they both divorced their significant others and then married each other. And he's a pastor and she's a pastor's daughter. So it's a little sticky, icky.
Best part of waking up is
Right.
Folgers in your cup.
So it was just kind of weird that Phaedra's like, I want to call on her when there's scandal behind her and then there's scandal behind your story. It just doesn't make didn't give any credit to that scene for me. So, hi, Sarah. Sorry, girl. Buzz you later.
Lord.
She buzzed her way on over.
And when I felt so like, I'm like, Phaedra, can you feel convicted? You're like, and Jesus said, and Jesus, and I'm like, the Lord ain't in this situation, girl. You better figure it out. You are scamming all of us.
And I really want to believe, because I was waiting. I was like, all right, maybe she gonna give me something in one of
We
these
haven't
scenes
heard,
where
yeah.
I finally feel like there's some sincere emotion behind the stress. Because there has to be some level of stress. You do have two
Yeah, of
children.
course.
Your husband's now gone to jail. I'm sure it was embarrassing and horrible and
Yeah.
whatever. But I did not feel any, it didn't feel honest to me.
It felt
at
very
all.
scripted.
It
Like,
felt
she knew what she was gonna
It
say.
felt contrived. It felt like you, and the idea that like I made sure because she said we meet or we connect on a God level, and none of my other people, whatever, do that for me. And I was just like, okay, you connect on a God level because you both are in scandalous made choices in scandalous relationships, and she did hers dignified, it just reaffirmed, I feel like it just reaffirmed everything that we already are sort of speculating about Phaedra, that everything is calculated, it's all planned, and that the real victim is Apollo for being a dummy, and thinking that he had her support to help him get away with whatever it is he was doing.
Because Phaedra, at the end of the day, brought it on herself. Everyone's first question always is to her, why did you believe in this person? Why did you believe that they changed? You were married to this man for 5 years, and then he was in jail for 5 years, and he's probably going to be in jail for more than 5 years again. So it's like, where did you see the history?
Well, okay, but I mean, she's older than me and whatever, but I've been in situations where I thought someone was going to change, be a changed person. I stayed in a little longer than that.
Cool.
Not no convict.
I'll buy that. I'll buy
Shut
that.
up.
Maybe he went to jail
Honey, I'd
because it
still
was
be
white
the
collar
convict.
crime. She was like, okay, there's a lot more people that should be in jail for white collar
Right.
crime that aren't. So maybe he's going to do something different. But when your husband is coming home
With a lot of
buying
money.
you BMWs, spending thousands of dollars in strip clubs, he is an ex-con, therefore probably not the most employable human being on earth. You're going to tell me at no point as an attorney did you think, something ain't right, y'all.
Right.
Something ain't right. And you ain't tell him, get right, brother. Like, whatever you're giving is not, there's no, I don't think there's a coincidence that your airtight prenup and all of that, like, you were fully prepared knowing what you were getting into.
Yeah.
And to pretend like, oh my God, I'm so devastated. I had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's silly to say
It was
you
just
had
the
no
perfect
idea.
story, what she was explaining to the woman, and then the woman being like, that Phaedra was like, and you have to ask why I stayed with the criminal.
Right, yeah.
Like, it just all came off. It was the perfect story. That's why I
Yeah.
was like, I mean, I understand that side. I can be empathetic with that because I've been in that situation. I know many other people have been in that situation. However, the reality comes down to, you're a lawyer. You knew better than this. You knew what the situation was. And because of the type of crimes. And exactly, you can't tell me that you did not think, want, or know
No shadow of a doubt.
something was going down.
You didn't know
Something.
nothing.
You had your airtight prenup, but what? You was just giving him all this money? So again, where did the money come
Where did
from?
the money
Right,
come from?
exactly. And now you're dressing amazing, so that's some of the money that you're using to wear those chandeliers around your
Your
neck.
chandeliers around your neck. I wish he had just said straight up, I got pregnant. And I come from a really southern
Family.
preacher's family, and I was gonna make it work.
Yeah.
And then I would have been like, okay, I believe. I
fuck
buy
with
that.
I believe you. But
buy
the thing
that.
is, what made it even harder, like we saw a couple weeks ago, they did that flashback of when Cynthia was like, Phaedra's not really accountable, or she doesn't have a credible,
Exactly,
and it
for
was
anything.
so many lies that Phaedra had said. So you don't really have any ground to stand on. It makes you seem just not as bad as Apollo, but you helped him get here, and then now you're trying to backpedal, and you want Jesus all.
It's
of
like
a
the boy
sudden.
who cried wolf.
Yeah.
Like,
You want
Well.
Jesus all of a sudden. Well, I'm sorry, the Lord's not going to help you in this situation, honey, when you signed up for on yourself. You knew what you were doing when you were on that air mattress, letting that air out and bumping it and grinding.
I don't see
Let him play with your bagel.
Right. And you
bagel
got pregnant and
bump.
your mama didn't know.
And spread that cream cheese.
Ew.
Um,
Or truffle
cheese, that's
butter.
a problem.
Or truffle butter, however you want to see.
no. On that note, let's head to predictions.
Oh, God.
Yeah, with the truffle butter.
Your AfterBuzz TV.
We should have played truffle butter.
I'd be so mad at Lay's always be trying to come up with new flavored chips. They
I don't
really
know why
can.
they keep doing that.
Yeah, one was like pad thai. I was looking at them
No,
like
they didn't.
pad thai.
They do it again. Just stick with what's good.
When they
Salt and
first did
vinegar.
chicken and waffles.
I wanted to
did you
try it. It was
I
disgusting.
never tried it.
I tried it.
I tried all of them, even the one that won was disgusting.
Yeah,
tried
they were
all of
gross.
The garlic bread, I was like, where
It
the
was
fuck did
not
you get this
good.
garlic bread
Thank you,
from?
weird. Anyway.
Papa John's, like. no shade on Papa
All
John's.
right,
but
prediction. I got one.
what you
What?
got?
Nene ain't going to the Philippines, y'all.
I kept rewinding to see. I kept saying, do I see that blonde wig? Can we please? Did you guys talk about this last week?
Of
R.I.P.
course.
to that
No, we
blown out Don King.
Well, did you see the post that she posted of what it looked like before? And she claimed she didn't realize how it had gotten blown back because before it was sort of like a curly afro falling into her face, and it was kind of cute.
Wait, so she didn't
There's
know it
no way, bitch.
I don't buy it.
Wait, what were you on the freeway with the top down? Like,
I don't buy that she
But
didn't
how did it
know.
stay?
But in the beginning,
She got some of that tree wax from
girl,
Atlanta in the tree.
bye.
There's no,
No way.
She looked like Don King.
Right.
it was so.
Or
And
that
then it was
bitch like
all
fucking.
these, like strategic, like blonde, brown,
Yeah,
blonde,
it was
brown.
doing
It was
the most.
cheap. It was
Right.
And the hairline was just
nasty.
right.
Frankenstein.
I thought she
Franken-
had it on because she was practicing for the evil stepmother.
all
That's
hoped.
we were
all
hoping for
hoped,
that, but
it
apparently
wasn't.
not. There's no way she didn't. It was something that looked before that, and it came out.
The
Wait,
before
please
picture
tell us
was
the
cute.
story
I
again.
will. She posted on her Instagram.
How did it look?
The before, and it was like you know how last week I was like, it was almost cute if it was like curly down because I thought it was gonna be like a curly fro.
Yeah.
And that's what it was before. It
Yeah.
was like hanging in her face, almost like mine, but actual spiral. You could see
Yeah, but
the spiral.
Courtney, there's no way.
But how did it flip
if you were driving in a top down with your top down, that your hair gonna come out looking like.
She was in a Range Rover. She didn't have no top downs. I don't know.
It was like to a point too.
Maybe she was picking. Maybe it was humidity because Atlanta's real humid. So maybe as the humid swell, like mine will swell and just stick back, not like
No,
fall.
she had to slick that mug back.
Her hair looked like the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah,
like.
exactly. It was not in her face. It was never in her face before that.
She was trying to let us.
Because there's no way if this the curls in my face and then I get to Phaedra's house an hour later, it's not gonna be all the way back here. Girl, did your wig start sliding? Did that happen?
That might be it.
Claudia gets mad. She's like, and breaks a glass at the table.
They won't shut up. They fighting in Manila
Already.
Thriller in Manila.
They're Muhammad Ali.
But I can't wait to see Portia's outfits.
But what?
Kenya and Phaedra. You know, Nene gagging right now.
Right.
Nene is like,
I can't wait to see this reunion.
and I was there for Phaedra when no one was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
And
Nene
Phaedra
mad.
crying. Like it looked like she was honestly like at a place of, okay, let's squash this and make something positive.
She can't have no more beef.
Phaedra is gone, girl.
She really, you are 1,000%.
She was like, the last piece is I have to make up with Kenya, and
You're
then no
right.
one's gonna believe Apollo ever.
You are right. Oh my gosh, I'm
Gunga
scared.
done changed my life, yo.
That's
I've been looking at
scary.
people. No, people are really
It's
out
true.
here, and they be doing
They be
manipulative
planning
shit.
crazy
Wait,
stuff.
Girl,
did you see that Rob Kardashian posted that
And called
Kim
his sister
Kardashian is the girl from Gone Girl? Mm-hmm. He
He
posted
erased everything off his Instagram except that
and
picture.
unfollowed his whole family.
Wait, he's mad at everybody?
He's been hating them. Like, remember, he didn't go, not to jump into keeping
No,
up
girl.
with, because I don't like them, but he didn't go to Kim's wedding, remember?
Yeah.
He was supposed to go, he went and flew back home, and him and Kim, for some
Word
reason,
is that
beef.
they're mad that he's mad that he's being brought up on the show.
And he doesn't
After
want-
specifically like dropped
Doesn't
out of
wanna-
the show, doesn't want to be a part of it, that they're still talking about him on the show.
Rob, come see me. I will be your friend. I'm
For
gonna get you
real,
on
we'll work out
Herbalife.
with
We're gonna
you.
change your life, and then not only that, but we're gonna get you back on top. You shit on your sister.
And he's cute.
He was.
Yes.
Yeah, he was cute.
Not
you
as
gotta
cute as
always
Nene
bounce
and her
back.
wig though.
Shut up, that wig. Derek J must have did that wig. Right?
It looked like something Derek J. would. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit us up at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
You can tweet me at Stuart Starlet.
You guys can always find me on Instagram at Pink English, as well as Twitter English Speaks.
Until next week, same time, same place.
See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.